Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the new S-Class Hybrid. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Mercedes Benz of Draper, Utah for giving me some time with this car. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions or need any help, just ask for Corey, and if you're looking for a new Mercedes, definitely reach out to Corey. He has so much product knowledge on the brand. And then, as always, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into it. Powering this is a hybrid turbocharged 3-liter inline-6 that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Now, the MPGe rating is 60. The MPG rating without any hybrid assist whatsoever is 23. This can go 46 miles on a charge without using any gas. And then power outputs are pretty crazy. 510 horsepower and then 553 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood on this particular S-Class, it's really cool because of the matte black paint. You can really see the body lines. Of course, we've got the S-Class emblem, which I think pops out even more with this matte black paint. And then we have the S-Class's signature headlight design. You've got the grille that has a sensor integrated into it, and then more of that nice chrome trim here at the bottom. And putting it all together, I think it's a really good looking car. Now on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 255 by 45 by 19 in the front and over in the rear. You can see here with the wheels, you've got the silver mixed with the blacked out elements. And then look at the brake caliper as well. I think that looks really sharp. Now look at this with the fender. Again, that matte black paint really makes things pop. You can see the chrome trim around the windows and then door handles. Normally I'm not a fan of chrome, but with this paint job, it just works so well. And taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function. We got the opening for the trunk. It's got like a nice weighted feel to it as well, but we'll pop that open. And popping into the cargo area, you can see we've got plenty of storage there. It goes back pretty far. Some of the big benefits of the S-Class. Now it does look like we lose a little bit of space compared to a regular S-Class. Actually, let's check underneath here. Oh yeah, that's a big thing. This is where you'll notice the space. I was like, it looks smaller, but yeah, it looks like there's probably a battery or something underneath there. So a little bit less spacious than a regular S-Class. Anyways, when you're all done, just press that and then I'll lower the trunk right back down. Got a little spoiler here on the back. Love the taillight design. Again, more of that chrome trim. And you have your 580e badge. And let me know you guys think about the looks of this. Now take a look at the door panel in the back. Really nice trim here at the top. Got the sunshades here in the back. Then you get that cool kind of like cross-stitch design, padding down below. Seat adjustments, we've got heated and cooled seats, memory seats for the rear passengers, with that cool kind of like piano trim. And then notice the controls for the windows and for the sunshade. And then look at these seats. Got pillows there on the headrest. Again, that cool kind of like quilted design. And getting in the S-Class is really easy. You pretty much just step over and boom, you're in. Legroom's great. Got a storage pocket. We've got some vents here in the back. This is like a center console here in the center. Got nice trim on the top, but you can pull it up so that it can be a seat. There's actually a headrest with it, funny enough. But yeah, these seats, super comfortable. And then look at the ambient lighting. That's pretty cool. Now take a look at the front door panel again. Look at the trim that goes across and down below. It looks great. Again, heated and cooled seats here. You've got all the window controls. The mirrors do power fold in. We also have our light controls here and blind spot mounting with the mirrors. And then the front seats also get the pillow headrests, funny enough. But yeah, look at all the trim down the center. Super nice looking. Pretty fancy with the vents as well. So take a look at the steering wheel here. You've got this blacked out trim all along the outside, and you have like the leather trim on the interior. It's very interesting. We've got practical controls for like the adaptive cruise control. We've got controls there for the center. These are for the infotainment system. And then you have your volume controls, all of that. There are paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel too. And then you've got your turn signal stock, and then we have our column shifter on the other side. Full digital gauge cluster here in the center, which we can change how the gauge cluster looks. Ooh, let's do the exclusive there. Pretty fancy looking. Yeah, it almost doubles as like a second infotainment system. And speaking of infotainment systems. First off, 360 camera, which makes sense. I mean, it's a big car, good resolution with it. But yeah, this is a really easy system to use. So you've got some shortcut buttons for like the climate, also to access like home screen, for example. And it is pretty quick with the response time. And being an S-Class, pop it in the comfort tab, you can see you've got the massage seats. So another nice feature. And then they do give you some physical controls here at the bottom for like the volume, drive mode select as well, which you can see we do have a couple of special drive modes, electric, and then we have our hybrid mode that you're not going to get in a regular S-Class, and then also the battery hold mode, I guess. So 3 modes that you're not going to get in the regular S-Class that you have in this. Now I've got this little storage space here, some cup holders, a little more storage, USBs, and then you've got your wireless phone charging pad inside there. And I like how that pops back. Center console, it's got some storage inside. I like the trim here on the top. Speaking of trim, really nice trim across the dash. You've got the ambient lighting and then this trim that goes across as well. Heads-up display with this. And then pretty big glove box. Nice trim on the outside of the glove box. And then we do have a big old panoramic sunroof up top. So here's a quick look at the window sticker. You can see 580e. And all the standard equipment, and then we've got the options on this particular one. But $145,415 is the total MSRP. So it looks like this is priced pretty similarly to a regular 580. Yeah, so here's a regular 580. This one doesn't have any special paint or anything. It's just a black car. It looks like the rest of the options are relatively similar. Yeah, 145. Yeah, taking a look at this one, pretty similar. So yeah, it looks like this powertrain is similar in price to if you get the 4-liter V8. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, do a blind spotting, and throughout the rest of the rear. And let's see what the future of the S-Class looks like. Massaging seats still, so we've got that going for us. In terms of drive modes, we'll just be in the electric mode with it, just to see kind of how the power delivery feels. Oh, more than adequate. It's actually pretty quick. I wasn't going deep into the throttle, but that was pretty impressive. And just like most plug-in hybrids, when you're in the EV mode, it just drives like an EV. Smooth. With the power. And I don't really notice anything different with this compared to regular S-Class in terms of the ride quality. It's still extremely comfortable. It's still a great luxury car. You might say the definition of luxury cars, right? S-Class. Yeah, it drives really well. So what we'll do now is pop it into the hybrid mode. See what that does. Oh, so it still keeps it, yeah, kind of expected, right? It still keeps it in the kind of like more EV, I mean, it's full on EV setting here. Yeah, this is such a, it's dead quiet. And you've got really good insulation because it's an S-Class. Yeah, this is the like luxury experience you go for. Just quiet. Smooth too. I got the engine on a little bit there, it looks like. I guess I got into the pedal enough for it to necessitate that. Got it in the sport mode now. And it's interesting to hear the sound of the engine with it being on. It doesn't sound bad for, you know, inline sixes, generally speaking, sound pretty good, especially compared to V6s. See what the power's like. Wow, that's got some power. It doesn't really feel any, I would say, worse than the... This is a really good plug-in hybrid. This is a really good plug-in hybrid. It feels very similar to the 4-liter V8. It doesn't sound like it. I'm not going to pretend like it sounds like the 4-liter V8, because it doesn't. Let's pop it back into the hybrid mode. But with how it delivers power, it's really good. I don't know if it quite has the top end. You know, you'd have to do a high-speed test with that. But in terms of what you feel on this low-end side of things and kind of getting into it, I don't feel like you lose anything from a power perspective compared to the 4.0 V8. Usually not the case with these plug-in hybrids, so Mercedes has done a really good job with this system. Yeah, it's impressive. So, let me know what you guys think about plug-in hybrid in the S-Class. I think this makes quite a bit of sense because it's going to help out with the fuel economy, and I think it's going to provide more of a luxurious experience because you can have the fully electric side of things, have a quieter cabin because you don't have any engine noise. So, yeah, I just... And the power deliveries, I think it's smoother than the 4.0 V8 because you have no turbo lag at all in this. Because you get the power from the electric side of things, it's just punch right off the bat. So let me know what you guys think about the electric, or not electric, but hybrid, plug-in hybrid S-Class, but I'm super impressed.